Welcome to Channel 47 News. We are here to tell you about the important events and news that are vital to our everyday life. Please stay tuned to hear all of the latest information over destructive teens in our area. What you will hear will shock you.
Okay, there are two boys walking along. They're bored. They see a new home. It's empty. No one's there. It's a vacant lot. They break out the window, go in, think it's a nice home. They destroy the walls, destroy the home, laugh about it, think it's a joke. And then they're ready to leave, so they back out and they walk away. Someone driving by spotted the children, saw them, called the police, and said, "Hey, I see the boys. You need to come and get them. I recognize them." Grab the boys, put them in jail. Now, the cop asked the kids, "Why'd you do that?" The newscast saw it. They said, "I was bored." And so now I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think that the two boys should be arrested and put in jail because it is not their property, it's illegal, and how dare they actually go and steal somebody else's property? And it's thinking it's okay to go and steal other people's property. It makes me really mad, but I hope that the boys get consequences
Thank you.
and learn their lesson.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. If that were your son, what do you think you would do?
Okay. So first, I'd make sure the police shoot him out, and then I'd make sure he'd have to do community service and pay the fine, and then he'd have to go back in person and apologize to the people for breaking in their house, write an apology letter, and then maybe be willing to like mow their grass for like 6 months or figure out something they'd have to do. And then at home, he would not be able to do anything. He would not be able to go anywhere. I would take the door off his room. It would not be good in our house for a very long time. And then I tell him I love him and he better not do that again.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
It's so good. We're definitely going to get an A on this. I know. It's so good. I'm like, oh my God. No, I need that. If I don't get an A, I'm not going to go to college in a minute. Okay, so that's 45. So that means we have to multiply it by 10 and take the square root of 3 and then multiply. Oh, does my math homework?
Oh, cool. I haven't done mine. Thanks.
But I need that. That's a grade.
Thank you for joining me today at Channel 47 News. I'd like to ask you a couple questions about your views on destructive teenagers. Monkey. A couple of weeks ago, there was a report of 2 teenagers that went into a house that was under construction. They jumped through the attic ceiling and broke all the windows in the house. What are your views?
I think that's extremely inappropriate and that the kids should definitely be punished.
If you were their parents or the police that found out about this, how would you punish them?
I would definitely, maybe you could like put them in jail to scare them, so you would think like maybe they wouldn't do it again, but all in all, it was probably one of their first offenses and you could give them like community service or something, but make sure it's like drilled into their heads not to do it again.
Mm-hmm. Would you make them pay the fines for the house that they destroyed?
Yes, I would make them pay the fines and I would make them like help clean the house and mow the lawns or do something.
Thank you for watching Channel 47 News, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm going to interview you today over the previous situation that we talked about. So I'm just going to ask you questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the situation?
I believe that the people involved in the situation, they got what they deserve. You know, it was a tragic event for them to, you know, to participate in such activities. I know they're young and they make mistakes, but, you know, I feel they got what they deserve. You know, they want to broadcast and put on Snapchats for likes, and now they're in trouble.
So how do you think it looks on their school?
I don't believe it's a problem with the school, or I don't think it's a situation where it reflects the school. I believe it reflects their parents and what they learn at home.
Does this ruin the reputation for other teens?
No, I don't believe it ruins the reputation for teenagers. Like I said before, teenagers tend to do dumb stuff from time to time, but it doesn't reflect all teenagers because there's still good teenagers out there who stay out of trouble.
Okay, so this last question. What can we do to change this behavior?
I believe it's what you like I said before, it's how you train your kids at home. So it starts at home, and if the parents are doing their job, then this will decrease the chances of situations like this occurring.
Okay, that's all I have to ask you.
Thank you.
Okay, Okay, today I'd like to tell you how we use the 10 planks of confidence. C. Content. We used current events that were actually happening so that y'all could believe what we were talking about. Organization. We had set questions that we were going to ask the people we were interviewing. Notes. We used notes in the beginning whenever we announced what kind of news channel we were, and right now while I'm doing this. Friendliness. We were very friendly whenever we were interviewing all of our people. Impression. We tried to be as kind as possible, so we made a very good impression for the video and for the people we were interviewing. Dedication. We showed examples to y'all so y'all knew what kind of destructive teenagers we were talking about. That shows our dedication. Empathy. We definitely felt for the people that had their houses ruined. Newness. We brought new information to the audience. Credibility. We told y'all exactly what was happening so that y'all could believe us. Enthusiasm. We were very excited about our topic, and we try to show that as much as possible in our videos. Welcome to Channel 47 News. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
I do not mind.
Okay, so if you had 2 things that you'd like to tell the boys, what would you tell them?
Well, first things first is just that they should think about what they do and how their choices right now in their youth and like right now while they're young is gonna affect them when they're older, and how they're gonna come and haunt them, and like they should think, and like these mistakes that they make now could come back and bite you later down the road, and
Yeah.
you don't want that to happen. And then second thing is just think with the end in mind. Just
Yeah,
Just
just
that.
make sure you don't make any wrong decisions now.
Just think about what you do and think about it.
Exactly, that's what I would say too. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
How do you feel about those 2 boys? Well, the 2 kids that went into the house and destroyed everything, they kind of punched holes in the walls. Well, I'm angry about that. Well, did you know those 2 boys? No, I don't know who they are. How would you help those 2 boys? Well, I'd say you need to stop. Don't go in houses and destroy them. Don't do that anymore. You understand? Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us tonight at Channel 47 News. We would like to thank everyone that was in this video. Ruth, Ellen, Mario, Sydney, Leo, and Dareaneka. Thank you for your time for watching, and have a great night.